What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Breakdown. You can find all the latest football news right here. Let us jump in. Things are finally getting back to business as the international break ends and players head back to their clubs. League play returns this weekend, followed immediately by the Champions League, featuring some massive showdowns, specifically that heavyweight clash between Bayern and Real Madrid, a true final before the final. However, there is growing concern regarding Luis Díaz and his brutal workload this season. Everyone expected Luchu to catch a break during these friendlies, but Lorenzo started him in both matches anyway. He played 71 minutes against Croatia and 63 against France, leaving him with almost zero rest. And that is not even counting the exhausting travel across Europe. Reports suggest Kompany is livid with how Díaz was handled, especially after allegedly asking Lorenzo to bench him for both games. But Néstor ignored the request, pushing Díaz harder than expected. Fortunately, Bayern faces Freiburg this Saturday, April 4th in the Bundesliga. That gives Lucho a full week to recover. Currently, the German side sits in first place with 70 points. Their main rival Dortmund has 61, while Stuttgart, Leipzig, and Hoffenheim have completely fallen behind. That cushion should allow them to rotate the squad and protect their stars. But we all know Kompany will play Díaz every chance he gets since he is irreplaceable. Díaz will play every available minute. Speaking of stars, the transfer window opens in just a few weeks and the rumors are already flying. First up, Olise is reportedly fielding massive offers from several powerhouse teams in Spain and England, while Bayern is desperate to keep hold of their playmaker. A check for over 150 million euros is impossible to ignore, and Real Madrid is reportedly ready to pay it. If Olise leaves a vacancy on the wing, insiders suggest Mohamed Salah could be the one to replace him in Munich. The Egyptian star recently shocked the world by announcing his Liverpool departure, saying, "Unfortunately, the day has arrived." He called it the first phase of his goodbye, confirming he will leave Liverpool at the end of this campaign. He thanked everyone involved with the club, stating he simply could not find enough words to describe their support. The press immediately linked him to Bayern, though his massive salary, not a transfer fee, remains the biggest hurdle, especially since Salah reached an agreement to leave Liverpool as a free agent, meaning only his wages need covering. When asked about the star striker, Bayern's sporting director Max Eberl gave a very direct response. He denied any official offer for Salah, attempting to quiet the noise, though German and English outlets tell a different story, claiming that advanced talks are underway for what would be the summer's biggest blockbuster move. For now, it is just speculation, but the chess pieces are definitely starting to move. The only way Salah lands in Munich is if Olise moves on. There is no way they keep both superstars for one position. Just imagine a front three of Díaz, Kane, and Salah. We will have to see if his 20 million euro salary fits. That figure is absolutely insane, making him one of the highest paid players in all of Europe. Bayern's wage bill is already massive, so they have plenty to analyze. What do you think about this? Guys, if Bayern wins everything, does Olise stay? Or does the new Super Trio take over next season? We will be reading your comments. Meanwhile, Javier Suárez is already back on the pitch in Portugal. The Colombian was among the first to report back to his squad, refusing to take even a single day off. That shows his incredible loyalty to Sporting. Remember, Suárez was slapped with a one-match ban following that controversial clash with Porto. After an investigation into his provocative gestures, the league found him guilty, so he will miss the Santa Clara match. That game is currently scheduled for Friday, April 3rd. The manager offered Suárez a few days to recharge and rest. However, the striker turned him down. He is hungry for minutes and has been grinding in training all week long. We are entering the home stretch of the season where every single play counts. Looking at the table, Porto holds a 7-point lead with 72 points. Sporting and Benfica follow with 65, but Suárez has a game in hand. He is out for the next league game, but will be ready for the Champions League war against Arsenal. As we have pointed out in several of our videos, the extreme workload and minutes played by these Colombian stars is becoming a major point of concern. Zero margin for the World Cup. Get hurt this month and your dream is officially over. Shifting focus to the legend himself, Pibe Valderrama. He just went off on social media, tearing into the team's latest international performance. Quintero and John Arias were the only bright spots in those opening halves. Time is a luxury we don't have, only 70 days until kickoff. The slump is real, everyone's blaming James, but he's not the only one failing. They play like superstars for their clubs, but turn into ghosts for Colombia. Some guys choked under the lights, others stepped up and owned the moment. That final roster is far from set, but some players just secured their spots. That is the hard truth from the legend himself. He's calling out the stars who dominated at home but flop in the national jersey. The FIFA window is shut, rankings drop tomorrow, and Colombia is headed for a crash. One last thing, James finally has his road to the World Cup cleared. Fans are roasting him. He arrived at camp with zero rhythm and even less playtime. 4 months without a real match showed he was a step behind everyone on the pitch. 10 games in the States, 10 chances for James to find his magic again. He moved to Minnesota for for minutes. Now the captain has to deliver or go home. Critics are slamming Lorenzo for forcing James into the starting lineup and exposing him. The coach gambled on a miracle, but the plan blew up in his face. James needed to be a late sub, slowly finding his legs again. A total coaching blunder that Lorenzo still refuses to admit. Now he is complaining about American turf. The move to the States is getting rocky. It is a different beast, but the excuses need to stop. He must adapt now. 10 matches, 2 friendlies, that is all the time he has left. That is the pulse of the game today. Catch you in the next one for more.